Okay, what is going on, everybody? Friendly neighborhood Coltrane Analpane here with the UDSS Crandon Pro 4 Truck Series. We are going to be getting underway here soon. We're a little bit late today. Just a few technical difficulties. A certain person, I don't want to point Billy Brickley, messed up the first race, and we had to, set it up. All that. But we're here now, and I think they're going to be advancing here in about 5 minutes. So, we're going to go ahead and get straight into the national anthem here. Hopefully you guys can hear me alright, and hopefully the stream is working. Might be a little blurry. But, okay, let me just find the national anthem here. It's a little weird. Okay, I don't...
At this time, we ask
Oh. What the... okay. Okay, let's get right into the national anthem, and then we'll get into some good Pro 4 truck racing.
Would you please rise and kindly remove your hats and join in the singing of our national anthem, led today by the tiny but mighty 7-year-old singer and actress right here in Los Angeles. Fans, please welcome Malaya Emma.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you.
Okay, and that was the national anthem. Such a amazing voice that little girl has. But we're still here in practice. Looks like Billy Brickley is who we're watching right now. We're going to go ahead and pull up the running order so you can see who's running quick times. And yep, Billy Brickley, it's no surprise, is really fast in everything he drives. Charles Ball is going to be in second, Tyler Street in third, and Chris Jones in fourth. Anthony Goyette in fifth, Stephen Vogelson in sixth, and the rookie, Dante Brown, in seventh. And that rounds out your top 7. Looks like no one else has gone out and put a practice lap up. Some to watch tonight. Chris Jones, he's been putting in a lot of work. As you can see, he just took over quick time. And Dave Ward Jr. has also been putting in a lot of time to these Pro 4s. Last week we had a guy named Cameron Peterson join us, and he's actually currently the fastest in the world on the Pro 4s and the Pro 2s. Anywhere he goes, that's what he focuses on. But let's go ahead and take a look at the chat here. Patricia Payne. Hello, Coulter West. How are you doing tonight, sir? You know, I am great. How are you doing, Patricia Payne? I have not seen Aiden join at all. Not sure what he's doing. No, Aiden Beerline. Not sure what he is doing. I have not seen him join yet. Hopefully he can make it. There's still 20 minutes of practice left, but they are going to be advancing it here shortly. Let's take a look at Chris Jones out there on the track. In that beautiful purple, black, and teal car by Works Graphics with Crazy Kangaroo on the front visor, because that's what we call him. And I'm not sure what just happened. Looks like my internet blinked out. Hopefully the stream's alright. Tyler Street coming out of the pits now. He's going to go put down a couple laps here before we get into the heat race number 1. Also another Works Graphics vehicle right there, you know. Let's take a moment before the race starts to thank our sponsors. Coltrane Customs. Yeah, I came on board with Udss this season. It's been a great season. Had a good time. Jessup Logistics, Sofa King, Fast Sim Sports, Pushing the Cushion Production, Speed World Hobbies, Works Graphics, and Goyette Trucking. And they are gridding now for heat race number 1. Let me see if I can go ahead and get over to the starting line. Let's switch the camera. I don't see the camera I'm looking for here. We'll just do this. Pretend you guys aren't seeing anything. And there we go. So, your running order. Well, I guess, okay, I lost it. This is really difficult. There we go. Your running order here, in heat race number 1, you got Charles Ball in the 23 car. The 2 of Steven Vogelson, the 00 of Billy Brickley, the 19 of Dante Brown, the number 4 of Tyler Street, the number 75 of Austin Stern, the number 18 of Chris Jones, the number 29 of Anthony Goyette, number 10 of Mason Hannigan, and Dave Ward Jr., and we are going green here at Crandon. I believe they're running the long track, and it looks like 2 cars are going to get into it. Okay, we got a mess right at the start of the race. For some reason, I'm having trouble doing this. Okay, so Dave Ward Jr. is already in the pits. Chris Jones is going to hop out into second place here. Let me switch the camera so we can get a better view here. Here we have Chris Jones and Charles Ball battling it out for the lead here. Billy Brickley not far behind them. Mason Hannigan right there with them. That rounds out your top 4. This keeps moving around on me. I apologize. Anthony Goyette coming back in 5th place. It looks like 7th place. 7th place. Okay. Looks like he's missing the front fenders of his car there. But he's still going strong. Take a look back up at front. Oh, there's Dante Brown in the pits. Dave Ward in the pits. Charles Ball leading the race still. Chris Jones right behind him. Billy Brickley and Mason Hannigan. If you can see in the background, there's Tyler Street, Anthony Goyette, and one other person. I did not see who that was, but Charles Ball is having a great race right now. Billy Brickley is now going to take over the 2nd spot in that 00. That nice and good-looking gold car. Chris Jones is going to drop out to 3rd, and Billy Brickley is going to go ahead and turn into Houdini and disappear on us. Those top 3 are fighting hard to take over the lead and hopefully get a heat race win here. We got 4 laps to go. Charles Ball still holding down 1st. Billy Brickley, though, and Chris Jones are really battling for that 2nd place spot. Let's jump back to Mason Hannigan. He's a few car lengths behind them. Anthony Goyette and Tyler Street battling it out for that 6th and 7th place spot, or 7th and 8th place spot. And Tyler Street's going to give him a little tap and spin himself out. Silly goose. Right behind them, now you got Steven Vogelson rounding out the back of the pack with Dave Ward and Dante Brown in the pits. Now, in the heat races and Pro 4s, they don't really matter, to my understanding, because they just all start on one line anyways. There's not really, it's not like sprint cars, you don't start where you finish in the heat race. So I'm sure Dave is not too worried about him being in the pits. Oh, it looks like he's back out on the track, and he's past Mason Hannigan. Wow, I've missed a lot. I believe he's a couple laps down yet, but he's still got out on the track. They need a couple laps in. Now we take a look back at Dante Brown, who is also on the track. He's going to come out. This is his first league race in the Pro 4s. He just raced Pro 4s for the first time on Saturday, I believe. Friday or Saturday. And he really liked them. They're a lot of fun to drive. I really enjoyed driving them as well. Just not my cup of tea. Oh, and Dante Brown's going to get up on the lip a little bit there. Back up front, Charles Ball still in the first place. Billy Brickley in second. Chris Jones in third. Mason Hannigan in fourth. Anthony Goyette now up into fifth. Tyler Street in sixth. Steven Vogelson in seventh. Austin Stern, who I have not even mentioned because I forgot he was in this race, in eighth. In that NOS Energy drink Pro 4. Dave Ward Jr. in ninth, and Dante Brown in last place. Unfortunately, Dave and Chris Jones are going to hit, and Dave's going to take this thing off-roading. Why not, right? Looks like he lost his front right fender in that little hiccup with Chris Jones there. Chris Jones still in third. He just has nothing for Billy Brickley right now on this track. Thing is, you make one mistake on Pro 4s, it costs you a lot. So, 2 laps to go here at Crandon in the Pro 4s. Go back here to Steven Vogelson. Looks like he's missing a little bit more of his car than we saw previously. Right behind him, looks like it's going to be, is that Dante Brown? That's not Dante Brown. There's Dante Brown. Right behind Steven Vogelson, they're battling it out. Dante Brown is a couple laps down, 1 lap down, shows here. And we got Austin Stern, still on the lead lap. I thought he went to the pits, but Austin Stern still on the lead lap. He's in 8th. He's just a long ways behind the leaders, unfortunately. But this is probably his first time. I don't think we've ever ran Pro 4s with Austin Stern. Back up front to Charles Ball here, taking this thing away. Billy Brickley and Chris Jones are still fighting for second. You know, not much has changed there. Looks like Chris Jones just closed the gap just a little bit. If he can get this corner right, he might be able to take it around. And he's going to go on the inside of Billy Brickley, but he's not going to have enough. Billy's going to pull away from him. He's still right there, though. It's a good battle for second we got going. Dave Ward right behind them in 9th place. Maybe not. Yep, Dave Ward right behind them in 9th place, which makes no sense, but it's how it works. He's going to get a little bit sideways on that jump, but he's going to run that corner beautifully. Dave has been putting in so much time on these Pro 4s. He really wants to get good at them. He can't seem to find his mojo in any other car but the Pro 4s, so good for him in the Pro 4s. Hopefully he can become great. Chris Jones putting in a lot of time on these Pro 4s. Billy Brickley just has lots of time behind the wheel through his career of iRacing, so that helps him out a little bit. But Chris Jones is going to try to go on the inside of him there. Billy's going to pull away. Hopefully Chris can get something done, but that's the checkered flag. So, your top 3, let's see if I figure out how to do this. Top 3 for that heat race: Charles Ball, Billy Brickley, and Chris Jones. Now, how do I get rid of that? I don't know. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and get on to heat race number 2 as soon as the drivers get ready to go. I hope you guys are going to be tuning in for our 410 Elites and our 360s, which are going to be held right after this Crandon race. Not sure what's going on. We're gridding for the heat race number 2, but it's being really weird. Dave, it's being weird if you're watching. I don't know what's going on. Oh. I guess we're not having a second heat race. Maybe I'm just lost. I'm going to go with I'm just lost because now they are gridding up for the main event. Let's take a look at who is going to be in this main event. The same people that were in heat race number 1. So this is going to be heat race number 2 with the same people, but also the main event with the same people from heat race number 1. If that makes sense. I'm kind of just rambling, but anyways, Charles Ball there in first. Billy Brickley in second. Chris Jones, I guess they're not in order now. Chris Jones, Mason Hannigan, Tyler Street, Dave Ward Jr., Dante Brown, Austin Stern, Anthony Goyette, and Steven Vogelson. Charles Ball is going to get out to an early lead here. Oh, and we got someone flipping. Looks like Austin Stern got hit in the back a little bit there. I didn't see what that other one was, and I looked like Billy Brickley. Chris Jones is going to hit the wall as he takes over the first position. Billy Brickley is going to go on the inside of Charles Ball, give him a little tap there, throw him off his line maybe. Nope. And here we go. Billy Brickley in second, Chris Jones in first. Charles Ball gets tapped in the rear end by Anthony Goyette, but he's going to stay in third here. Take a look at Dave Ward, back in last place, unfortunately. Must have been one of the ones that got a little tapped there in the beginning. Austin Stern in front of him, Dante Brown in front of him. Dante Brown's going to get sideways. And Austin Stern and Dante Brown, the teammates, decide to hit each other, and then Dave Ward says, I'm going to finish this off and get Dante completely out of the way. Taking a look back up front here, looks like Anthony Goyette got around Charles Ball, and Tyler Street's making his way around him as well. Billy Brickley is now in the lead, and Chris Jones is just going to cut under and go back to the lead. So Chris Jones is your leader, Billy Brickley in second, Anthony Goyette in third, Tyler Street in fourth, and Charles Ball in fifth. Let's get rid of this thing. Okay. Technical difficulties once again. Okay, back up to Dave Ward. He's now in eighth. He passed Austin Stern, so he's making his way back up. Unfortunately, there's no cautions, so he can't get bunched up. He just got to work his way up front. Looked like he dented his hood a little bit on that jump there, but it's not a problem because I got faith in him. Mason Hannigan keeping up with the pack, holding down that seventh position. Steven Vogelson in sixth. He's going to run that line pretty well. Get a nice run off that line. Charles Ball has dropped has dropped back down into fifth position. Tyler Street is now up into fourth. Anthony Goyette still in third. Billy Brickley still in second, and the crazy Australian Chris Jones in first. He is doing great. It's amazing what happens when you put a lot of time into a car. From my personal experience, you know, I put lots of laps down on Volusia last week and managed to podium in all three classes that ran in the oval there. Chris Jones has been putting down a lot of time in these Pro 4s, and it's really paying off for him right now. Billy Brickley, he's in second. You know, maybe if he would stop being a truck driver, he could put some more time into racing, but he gets paid good for it. Tyler Street in third now. I didn't see what happened to Anthony Goyette. He must have made a simple mistake that costed him a few positions on the track. Mason Hannigan is now in third, or he was, but Tyler Street is in third. Charles Ball in fourth, Anthony Goyette in fifth. Mason Hannigan looks like he is going to say, that's it for me, and he is going to pit. These top six guys are staying super close together. We're having some good race. Dave Ward, not far behind them, just a couple corners, and I think he will be caught up to Steven Vogelson in that sixth place spot. We still got 18 laps to go. They're also going to have to pit, which is going to give Dave a huge advantage and let him catch back up to the pack. Chris Jones still holding down that first spot. Billy Brickley in second. Tyler Street in third. Tyler Street also has a good-looking Pro 4 done by Works Graphics. Looks like Charles Ball is going to need one if he's going to continue running these Pro 4s, so he's going to have to hit up Works Graphics or Coltrane Customs. Anthony Goyette in that fifth position. Steven Vogelson in sixth. They're still super duper close here in the top six. Billy Brickley and Chris Jones battling it out up front here. Tyler Street just a few car lengths behind them. And Dante Brown, his car is pretty messed up. Not sure what happened, but it looks like he's still going, which is good. He needs to get some practice in since it's his like third time driving these things. He's doing great. Austin Stern also doing a fantastic job. His car is also very messed up. But that's what happens when you are a rookie. You mess up your car, if that makes sense. I don't know if it does or not, but now we're going back up to Chris Jones, who is still leading the race with Billy Brickley right on his ass. And he is running this thing so smooth. So is Billy Brickley. Tyler Street following him. 17 laps to go here in this Pro 4 feature. It's looking like Chris Jones is all right. They are going to have to pit soon. So when they pit, that's going to give everyone a chance to kind of catch back up. Hopefully Dante Brown, Dave Ward, and Austin Stern can get a little bit back because they are pretty far behind. It looks like Dave Ward has actually caught up to Steven Vogelson in that 6th position. In front of Steve is Anthony Goyette, which is a ways in front of Steven. I'm not sure. Steven might have wrecked, rolled the truck, and cost him a few seconds there, but allowed Dave Ward to catch back up to that 6th position. He's going to try to work his way up the remainder of the race. Chris Jones still up front. Charles Ball now in 4th. Him and Tyler Street are battling it out for that 3rd and 4th position, trying to get a podium. Anthony Goyette not far behind them. He's trying to catch back up to them. Now I know that all these guys are hoping they turn their tires off, because if they didn't, that's extra pit time that they cannot afford in these Pro 4s. So top 5 are now relatively close. Dave Ward and Steven Vogelson still battling it out for that 6th position. Austin Stern and Dante Brown not far, but really far behind the leaders. Which is okay. I bet they're having a lot of fun. Dave Ward is trying to make a move on Steven Vogelson here. Oh, he's got his front tires in the air a little bit, trying to run a wheelie. He tried doing the old those old Fast and Furious games where you double tap the throttle, it pops a wheelie, gives you a little boost. Dave tried to do that right there. Didn't work for him. Might have, actually. Looks like he gained a little bit on Steven. Chris Jones still up front. Looks like he might be pulling away from Brickley a little bit. They're still staying pretty even throughout this race. Tyler Street in 3rd. Same thing, he's just staying even with these 2 leaders. Steven Vogelson and Dave Ward's going to try to cut on the inside here. And he might be able to pass him here. Dave Ward is giving it all he's got here to try and pass Steven Vogelson for that 6th position. Chris Jones going around that big corner there. Looks like he really pulled away from Brickley somewhere that I missed. Because now he's got, I don't know, a 1.3 second gap over Billy Brickley. Tyler Street's behind Chris Jones by 3 seconds now. So Chris Jones figured something out and he's now gaining speed. Because take a look back at Dante Brown, who was 50 seconds behind the leader, which is nothing. It's just 50 seconds. He can catch back up. All it takes is 1 pit. Looks like Anthony Goyette did something. Maybe went to the pits. I'm not exactly sure, but Austin Stern is now in front of Anthony Goyette. I'm guessing Anthony Goyette decided to take a little pit stop there, and that's why he got moved back a few spots. Top 4 still battling it out here. Steven Vogelson trying to catch back up, trying all he's got. Dave Ward Jr. went to the pits. There's Dave in the pits right now, getting some more fuel so we can finish out this race. 14 laps to go here at Crandon in these Pro 4s. Kind of wish I had someone to talk to so I could ask them who they thought was going to win, but I'll just ask Patricia Payne. Patricia Payne, who do you got winning this race? Steven Vogelson up to 5th after Anthony Goyette decided to go to the pits. He's still 20 seconds behind Chris Jones, who is leading the race. He now has a 1.38 gap over Billy Brickley. That could all change in one corner, like I said. Take a look at Tyler Street. Looks like he's actually closing Billy in a little bit. Charles Ball still in that 4th position. These top 4 have not moved since the start of the race, or since the 2nd lap or so. And they are running perfectly around this track. Patricia Payne says the crazy Australian Chris Jones is going to win this race. We will have to see what happens. Could be anyone, because they do still have to pit, which costs them a little bit. Billy Brickley looked like he got a little messed up in that corner. I'm not sure. Looks like he's fine, though. Tyler Street's still in 3rd. Charles Ball in 4th. Take back a look. I cannot talk. Steven Vogelson back in 5th place. Okay. Austin Stern in that 6th position. Anthony Goyette still back in 7th, but he's catching Austin Stern, who is in that beat-up NOS Energy car. Dante Brown still trying to catch up. Looks like the leaders are not far behind him, but that's okay. He's almost a minute behind Chris Jones now. Dave Ward back out of the pits. He's going to go ahead and pass Dante. Oh, okay. Wreckers or checkers here at UDSS Crandon Pro Force. But Dante Brown is unfazed because these trucks are beasts and they can handle a little tap. It's just a love tap. That's all he gave him. Just wanted to give him a kiss for trying out the Pro Force. Dave Ward now up in 8th. Take a look at Chris Jones. So holding down that top spot. There's 12 laps to go here. They may have to pit after this lap, I believe. I'm not sure. I don't really run these with them, so looks like who was it? Nope, not Anthony Goyette. Tyler Street is getting a pit stop right now, getting some more fuel. Chris Jones is going to come around this corner. I'm guessing he's going to take a pit. Same with Billy Brickley. They're trying not to get too far behind. And if they pit, that puts Charles Ball in the 1st position. Yep, there goes Chris Jones to the pits to get some fuel. But Billy Brickley says, no, I'm gonna take the lead of this race, and I'll pit next lap. He's got to get every advantage he can get over Chris Jones, because Chris Jones is very fast tonight. Charles Ball is going to jump up to 2nd. Tyler Street and Chris Jones still in the pits. Steven Vogelson should be in 3rd place as he goes around this corner, unless Chris Jones can get out of the pits fast enough. It's going to be close. It's going to be close here. Chris Jones is coming out of the pits now. You just heard his truck in the background. And it looks like Steven Vogelson is now going to be in that 3rd position. Chris Jones is back down there in that 4th. So, pitting really shakes things up a bit. Billy Brickley's your new leader. He's got a 3-second lead over Charles Ball in the back, but he is going to have to pit soon. Same with Charles Ball. They're both going to have to pit soon. I'm not sure if Steven Vogelson has pitted yet, but once he pits, if he does pit, if he has to pit, Chris Jones will then be in the lead. He's got enough gas to do it. Dave Ward now back in that 7th position. He's trying to get back up to that top 3 so I can have a nice talk with him after the race. Not sure if he's going to be able to do it. But like I said, once they pit, changes everything up. Billy Brickley's not going to pit. He's gonna just keep going. That's his plan. He's just gonna keep going. Tyler Street coming out of the pits now. He must not have turned off his tires because he was in the pits for a long time. He's now back in 9th. So he was in 3rd, now he's in 9th after that pit stop. Charles Ball decides to take a pit. Steven Vogelson now up to 2nd here. I'm not sure if he pitted or not, like I said. But if he didn't, he's got a great position for that podium. Chris Jones still in 3rd. Anthony Goyette back in 5th. Austin Stern up to 6th now. Dave Ward up to 7th. Not far behind that 6th and 5th car. 5th and 6th car. So he's trying to work his way back up. Dante Brown. Car still broke as ever. But he's having a blast, I'm sure. Look at that. Nice Monster Energy car. You know, if he continues to run these, Coltrane Customs might have to sponsor him a nice Pro 4 wrap. Same with Austin Stern here, who is also doing a great job for his 1st or 2nd time out here in these Pro 4s. Billy Brickley still in the lead. Is he going to pit here? He is not. He's going to keep going. Billy is just going. He's not giving up. He said gas is for losers. Anyways, Austin Stern's going to go to the pits now. Steven Vogelson still in third place. Second place, Chris Jones in that third position. Austin Stern is gone. He's non-existent anymore. He must have just decided to call it a night there. Anthony Goyette now up to fourth. Everything is messed up. I am not sure what happened. Just give me 1 minute here. Okay, there we go. We got 9 laps to go here. Billy Brickley is still your leader. Steven Vogelson in second, a ways behind Billy Brickley. 20 seconds behind Billy Brickley lies Steven Vogelson. 27 seconds behind Billy Brickley is Anthony Goyette. I did not see what happened to Chris Jones. Looks like he's in the pits again. I'm not sure what happened there. But Dave Ward Jr. is now up into that fourth position. He's going to hope for a top 3 finish here. What a run it would be if he was able to get top 3, starting all the way in the back, going to the pits in the back, and then still being in the back. Remember, Billy Brickley still has to pit, and I'm pretty sure Steven Vogelson also has to pit. So, hopefully Dave Ward can pull something here. He is in that fourth position. Looks like he's gonna go really wide on that hairpin corner. Looks like Chris Jones said he landed on his roof. That's never good. Back up front to Billy Brickley. He's right behind. Oh, Steven Vogelson's now in the pits. That's gonna move Anthony Goyette. Anthony Goyette up into second if he can get around to the pits before Steven comes out. And it looks like he's going to be able to. Steven Vogelson still in the pit. Dave Ward is also going to be taking over that third position as long as he can get by before Vogelson gets out. And he does. Dave Ward now in third place. What a run from Dave Ward. Billy Brickley just kicking everyone's ass. What's new? Anthony Goyette in that second position. Dave Ward right behind him. Dave Ward's going for that second position. All he needs is Anthony Goyette to make one wrong move in one of these corners, and Dave has it secured. But Anthony Goyette is running very, very well. Steven Vogelson, is he out of the pits yet? He is. He's now in fourth place. Tyler Street back into fifth. Charles Ball has fallen down into sixth place. Chris Jones into seventh, and Chris Jones is back out on the track. Looks like his roof is okay. Hopefully he hits that giant jump and flips. Oh, I thought he was going to. Really got me excited. Got me excited, Chris. Dave Ward still in that third position. Anthony Goyette in second. Billy Brickley still in first. Still has yet to pit with 8 laps to go. Unless he pitted at the beginning of the race and I missed it. I'm not sure. Maybe he did. I'm not sure. But he has a 50-second lead over the second and third place guys, which is enough to go into the pits, get gas, and get out and still be in first place. So I'm pretty sure he's got it secured even if he does have to pit. But Anthony Goyette and Dave Ward still fighting it out for that second and third position. Steven Vogelson not far behind them, just a little far. Just a little far behind them. And Tyler Street, a lot of far behind him. Charles Ball, a lot of far behind them as well. Chris Jones is doing his own thing over here in La La Land, just getting some more practice laps in. 7 to go unless something serious happens. You know, Billy Brickley crashes into the wall or something, and then Dave and Anthony hit him, and then Tyler hits him and Charles hits him, and they're all in just one pile, and Chris drives by. Then he could win. That's a possibility. It's a stretch, but it's still a possibility. Dave Ward's still in third. Where's Anthony Goyette? In second, right in front of him. Anthony Goyette, that was the mistake that Dave Ward needed. Because now they are very, very close to each other. Still with 7 laps to go. Billy Brickley still kicking everyone's ass. Steven Vogelson still not far behind Dave and Anthony. It's a good race for second we got here. Looks like our fastest lap time here on the long track is Charles Ball with a 1:18.9. It's a very fast lap time for these Pro 4s. Dave Ward and Anthony Goyette still fighting for that second position. Billy Brickley up front. He now has a 33-second lead over. Okay, there we go. We're back. He now has a 33-second lead over Goyette and Dave Ward. He might have pitted, lost 20 seconds in between them. I'm not sure. Not sure if he did or not. I wasn't paying attention. But he is still holding down that first position. Looks like we might get an interview with the old Buckshot later. Anthony Goyette and Dave Ward still in second and third. Steven Vogelson still not far behind those two in that fourth position. Tyler Street in fifth. Charles Ball right behind him in that sixth position. Chris Jones still back here doing his own thing, getting some laps in seventh. And Dante Brown in the pits. Okay, back up to Billy Brickley. Anthony Goyette and Dave Ward. It's really hard to talk about these Pro 4s when they're all so spaced out like this, but this is about the closest we got is Anthony Goyette and Dave Ward. And Dave Ward gets a great run out of that little corner there. Hopefully he can get another good one out of this corner. Looks like he's going to get a little sideways here, but he's going to hold it off and get another great run. He is right there close to taking second. He just needs one more mistake out of Anthony Goyette, and Anthony Goyette's got to hope he runs every line perfectly, or hopes for a mistake out of Dave Ward, because right now they are bumper to bumper. We have a great race for second going on here. Dave Ward's going to try to go on the outside, and he's going to pass Anthony Goyette for just a split second. He's just got to get a good run out of this corner. And they are side by side right now going over these whoop-de-doo thingies. Looks like Dave Ward's going to take over that second position and get in front of Anthony Goyette. What a run by Dave Ward. All that practice really paid off for him there. Anthony Goyette's going to drop down in the third. They're now 36 seconds behind Billy Brickley, who is still up front kicking everyone's ass. Not much going on with him. Looks like the same old Billy Brickley that we always see. Back here to Steven Vogelson, who is trying to catch up to Anthony Goyette and Dave Ward. Tyler Street was trying to catch up to Steven Vogelson. Charles Ball, that is just also doing the same thing. And Chris Jones, that's just having a jolly old time with Billy Brickley right behind him. So now we're going to go back to Dave Ward and Anthony Goyette, because those are the closest two people to a good race here. And Dave Ward's still in that second position. Patricia Payne says it might be Dave Ward that wins. We got 4 laps to go. Billy Brickley would have to mess up bad for Dave Ward to catch up enough, because he is 36 seconds behind. And Billy Brickley showing no signs of slowing down at all. But Dave Ward and Anthony Goyette, they're still battling it out. They're still right with each other. Looks like Steven Vogelson. Oh, who was that? I didn't see who that was. Was that Dante Brown? That was Dante Brown. I saw a messed up car and I wasn't sure who it was, but it was Dante Brown. He is missing his entire car. But looks like he's doing a great job. Oh. And there goes Dante Brown off to the side of the track. He's going to back her up here and get back on the track. He decided to try that Fast and Furious video game tactic that Dave tried earlier. Seems like it worked for Dave. Dante Brown, maybe Dante had just a little too much boost there. He might have used the nitrous and the double tap at the same time and just sent him flying further than he wanted to go. And he is gonna go sliding again. These things are very, very technical and difficult to drive. You have to be in the right gear. You have to know when to turn, all this stuff. And it takes a lot to be good at them. And that's why you might see Dante Brown struggling. It's only his third time driving one of these, and he's doing a fantastic job for his third time. Take a look back at Billy Brickley. Still in first. He's got a 37-second lead over Dave Ward, who is still in second, who has appeared to pull away from Anthony Goyette a little bit. And he is doing great. Had a guy, Dave Ward. Look at how good he looks going around these corners. Anthony Goyette just following the same line, doing the same things, and they're not distancing themselves enough or a lot. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Oh, and Anthony Goyette's going to go to the pits here. We still have yet to see Billy Brickley pit. He might have pitted at the beginning of the race. He still is 37 seconds ahead of Dave Ward, but Dave Ward did pit at the beginning of the race. So if Billy has to pit, that's going to make things a little interesting. We do have 2 laps to go here at Crandon in the UDSS Pro 4 Truck Series. Billy Brickley still holding down that first position. Dave Ward in second. Steven Vogelson is now in third place. Anthony Goyette coming out of the pits. And Steven Vogelson's going to stick his tire over, and he's going to mess up a lot. That's going to put Tyler Street into that third position. That's what I mean. One mess up in a corner, and you have lost the entire position. Steven Vogelson just stuck his left tire over that little ledge there, and that was it for him. Tyler Street's now in third. Look like Dante Brown doing good. He's doing good back there with Steven Vogelson. And Charles Ball is in that 5th position still. Oh, and Steven Vogelson and Dante Brown get into it. That's going to put Charles Ball into that 4th position, I bet. I'm not sure what happened, but I bet those two are not happy about that. Looked like they might have gotten into each other. Dave Ward still holding down that 2nd position. He is 38 seconds behind Billy Brickley now. Tyler Street in 3rd, 52 seconds behind Billy Brickley, so that means he's 20-something seconds behind Dave Ward, or 14 seconds actually. Final lap here at Crandon. Billy Brickley is going to be going over these 2 jumps, going around this one corner, then going around another corner, then going around another jump, and then going around another corner, and then he will be claimed as your leader. Dave Ward still got a ways to go to be able to cross that finish line, but he is in second. Billy Brickley, there's that one corner I was talking about. Now he's got to go over a jump in another corner that I talked about. Here's that other jump I was talking about. Now here's the other corner I was talking about. And Billy Brickley, unless he completely messes it up, is now your winner of the Pro 4 Series at Crandon. Great race by Billy. Now Dave Ward's going to go over those 2 jumps, go around this corner, go around another corner, go over another jump, go around another corner, and he will take second here at the UDSS Crandon Pro 4 Truck Series. Tyler Street is going to go over the 2 jumps, go around a corner, go around another corner, go over another jump, and then he's going to go around another corner, and then he is going to take third in the series. It looked like he might have been hitting the wall there. He might have saved it. I don't know. Is Billy Brickley still going, or is he done? Maybe they're still going. I'm not exactly sure. Dave Ward, I'm not sure what happened to Dave Ward. Did his truck die? Did he run out of gas? Dave Ward runs out of gas. Dave Ward has ran out of gas, which costed him his 2nd place spot. Billy Brickley, still your race winner. Oh, maybe not. I'm not exactly sure what is going on right now. Maybe that's the race. I'm not sure. Look at this. This reminds me of cars pushing each other to the finish line. What a great scene here. What a great scene. Like Lightning McQueen pushing the Dynaco car across the finish line. So I'm not exactly sure I cannot talk tonight. Who your top 3 are. Considering on this it shows there's 2 top 3s. A 2nd place and a 1st place. So I'm not exactly sure who got 3rd there. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and look at Billy Brickley. Let's move our camera angle. Hold on, I just gotta do this. And we will go ahead and go wait for these guys over in post-race interviews and drag them up and see what they have to say about their top 3 in the Crandon Pro 4s. What a great race. Looks like Charles Ball might be your third place finisher. I'm unsure. Let me just... So yeah, it's looking like Charles Ball is going to be your third place finisher. Unfortunately, Dave Ward ran out of gas the corner that I was talking about before the finish line, or else he would have got that second place spot. So I think we might bring him in for an interview anyways, just because, you know, he needs to give us his thoughts on that. So we're just waiting on Charles Ball to head over to post-race interviews, and from there we'll get your interviews in. So let me just check again. Yeah, so Patricia Payne, you predicted that Chris Jones was going to win that race. He ended up upside down and then managed to get back out on the track. And Billy Brickley won the race. So now Charles Ball is now in the Discord. So we're going to drag him up for a post-race interview. In your third position tonight in the Crandon Pro 4s, Charles Ball. How you feeling, man? Your mic is muted, by the way. Okay. He might be having some technical difficulties. Not quite sure. Okay, well, Charles Ball must have been having some technical difficulties with his microphone. So now we're going to be talking to the second place tonight, Tyler Street. How are you?
Alright. Kind of curious on what the heck just happened there to like the last like 4 laps, 3 laps.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like Dave ran out of gas right before that finish line, so it's unfortunate
he
for
came
him.
in right at the end there, was not very happy.
Yeah, I'm sure he wasn't. He's been putting in a lot of time, but sucks when that happens. But you had a great race. I don't know where you ended up, like after that land rush start, but it seemed like you worked your way through everyone.
I would say I was like dead last, I think. I know I got booted out of the way by Mason right off the bat. Then after that, I just kind of like held on, and then I caught Anthony, and then I passed Anthony, was up a Billy, and then I caught the inside berm and flipped it.
But you were
So
able to stay on your wheels, though, obviously.
No, I had
Oh.
to. It kicked me all the way back to the pit lane again.
Oh, that's awesome. But you still
Yeah.
managed to get second, so that's always a plus.
Yeah, I was kind of worried there when Dave was moving up the chain. I was thinking, oh, Dave's gonna get all the points he can out of this one.
Yeah, I thought Dave for sure had second in the bag, but ran out of gas, unfortunately. But great race. Is there anyone you'd like to thank?
I gotta thank Sofa King Fast and Sports, Jessup Logistics, Speedwood Hobbies, Udss, Work Graphics, Pushing the Cushion, and having you up on the broadcast.
All right, sounds good. Great race, man.
Thank you.
Are you going to be in the 410s and the 360s later?
Yeah, I'll be in both of them. We'll see how that goes.
Nice. Okay. Well, that was Tyler Street in your second position. You have a great night.
Thanks.
Now in your first place finisher, Billy Brickley, how are you?
Uh, Pretty good now that we got the win there.
Yeah, you look good out there. Did you pit? When did you pit? I never saw you pit.
Pitted pretty late. Strategy was I knew Chris was faster than me, so I was going to pit later, take less fuel, and try to spend less time in the pits, maybe gain it up in the pits. But then Chris wrecked, and once I knew he wrecked, I was good to go after that. So it didn't really matter, but just tried to not make a mistake. And on the last lap, I almost did that. I almost flipped it off the big jump, but managed to hold it together and bring home the W.
Well, it's always a good thing. Um, I didn't think you pitted. I thought you were just saying screw it and gonna go.
No, if it's 17 laps, you can get pretty close, but when it's only when it's 20 laps like this one, you can't make it if you save. So yeah, I was just trying a different strategy. Hope it was work because Chris was faster than me. He's been putting a lot of time. I had nothing for him, so we had to try something different. Was hoping it was going to work, but it ended up playing in our favor anyways. You know, I think everybody wrecked but me. I was the only one that didn't wreck tonight, so that was a
Yeah.
huge accomplishment right there in itself. I guess you just stay clean, you can win it.
Yep, and you look good going around those corners. And unfortunately, Dave Ward ran out of gas right before the finish line.
Yeah, Dave went quiet on us pretty early on in Discord, which usually don't happen. We couldn't talk to him. He didn't want to talk. And then Racine was second. We're like, oh, well, he'll be happy. He's doing good. And then he comes in and he was yelling again. And we're like, what happened? You got second. He's like, no, I didn't. I ran out of fuel. So, yeah, it sucks for Dave. You know, he really loves these tracks and these trucks and this track, and he's looking forward to it. And he had a bad heat race, and a bad feature. So it definitely sucks for Dave. He needed a good win.
Yeah, you think he'd be happy if I gave him an interview?
Yeah, you can try, see what he's got to say. Dave's always good for an interview.
Didn't know if he was too mad or not.
Tell him to put his big girl panties on and talk to you anyways.
Okay. Well, congrats on the first place. Is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I gotta thank Sofa King Fast Sim Sports, Jessup Logistics, Beard World Hobbies, Goyette Trucking, Works Graphics, Pushing the Cushion Productions, and thanks to you, Coulter, for doing this fine broadcast for us.
Not a problem. Anytime. But you gonna be running the elites and 360s later?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna run the 410 Elites. You know, we I had a good 410 race here just a little bit ago before this one, so we're on a hot streak. I think it's Fairbury, so kind of the same deal. You just don't want to wreck, and we'll see how it goes. And then the 360s, I got stepping out. We got my special guy coming in to run for that one.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, good luck in those races, and good job tonight.
All right, thanks, Coulter. And I found out Dave's not available at the
Yeah,
moment.
he's
outside.
Yep. I
So-
found that out too.
All right, thank you, man.
Yep. Oh, shit. And that was Billy Brickley with your first place finish. I was going to give Dave Ward an interview. Unfortunately, he stepped out for a minute because he was so mad that he ran out of fuel. And that sucks because, like Billy said, he put in a ton of time to be great this week, and it just didn't work out in his favor. So he will be back next week, and he will do even better. Great job to these guys for putting on an amazing Pro 4 race, and I will see you all in a few for the 410 Elites. Well, I won't see you, but Dave will actually be here for the 410 Elites and then the 360s at USA. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in, you thousands of people. Let's go ahead and read the chat before we go. Jada Isham says, good job, Billy. Patricia Payne, cheering on Dave Ward. Jada says, Dave is still a winner to her. So there you go, Dave. You're still a winner. You're still a winner in all of our hearts, even though you didn't put enough gas in your vehicle. But thanks, everyone, for coming out and watching these Pro 4s. Hopefully the stream quality was a lot better than last week. I will see you guys next week for the Pro 4s again on the short track. Congrats to all these winners.